The fire didn't consume her jewelry, it only blackened the edges of her secrets. November 29, 1970. A local man and his 2 young daughters were hiking in the remote, jagged terrain of the Isdal Valley in Norway. The locals called it Death Valley, a place where the mountain winds howl with a cadence that sounds remarkably like human grief. They stumbled upon a body. It was partially charred, lying among the rocks in a fetus position. But the scene was wrong. Her watch, her earrings, her rings, all were placed neatly beside her, untouched by the flames. She wasn't just dead, she was staged. When the police arrived, they found something more disturbing than the corpse. Every single label on her clothing had been cut off with surgical precision. She was an anonymous silhouette in a landscape of snow. She had traveled under at least 8 different identities. She carried multiple passports, each with a different name, a different nationality, and a different birthplace. She was Genevieve Lancier in one hotel registry, Claudia Tielt in another. In Oslo, she was a woman of wealth, ordering porridge with milk and lingering in hotel lobbies with a gaze that never seemed to rest. Witnesses described her as tall, dark-haired, and possessed of a scent, a perfume that clung to the air long after she left a room. It was a smell that whispered of international travel and perhaps, something much colder. Then came the suitcase. It was found in a locker at the Bergen railway station days after the discovery of the body. Inside, the investigators expected to find a life. Instead, they found a map of shadows. There were glasses with no fingerprints, makeup, an umbrella, and a stash of foreign currency. Most chillingly, there was a notepad filled with cryptic codes. These weren't shopping lists or phone numbers. They were logs of movement, dates, and locations, a shorthand for a life spent evading detection. It took them weeks to crack the code. It was a travel diary, mapping out the precise days she had arrived and departed from European cities. She wasn't just a tourist, she was a ghost operating in plain sight. Autopsy results shattered the remaining illusions of a simple tragedy. Her lungs contained soot, confirming she had been alive while the fire raged. There were also high levels of phenobarbital in her blood. She hadn't accidentally caught fire, she had been sedated and burned. Yet, the police closed the case with a speed that defies logic. They declared it suicide. How does a woman ingest lethal levels of sleeping pills, set herself on fire, and then carefully arrange her jewelry beside her own funeral pyre? The authorities wanted this to be a suicide. They needed it to be. Decades later, advanced DNA analysis and isotope testing on her teeth revealed even more. She didn't grow up in the region she claimed. She was from the borderlands of Germany and France, likely born in the early 1930s. She was a child of the Second World War. Was she a spy? A courier for a clandestine network? Or was she a woman fleeing a past so horrific that she literally erased her own existence, only to be caught by the very life she was trying to escape? The mountain doesn't speak, but the evidence screams. There is a photograph of her, taken by a tourist in the days leading up to her death. She is standing near a hotel, her eyes locking onto the camera lens with a look of pure, unadulterated terror. She knew someone was watching. And that someone wasn't just watching her, they were waiting for her. The investigation was hampered by the Cold War intelligence climate. Norway was a hub of espionage, and the Isdal woman was caught in the gears of a machine that ground people into nothingness. Even today, the Norwegian police files on the Isdal woman remain a haunting testament to the limits of truth. She is buried in a coffin, but her identity remains buried in the silence of the Bergen archives. Every time a new researcher looks at the photos of the burnt labels, they realize the same thing: she didn't want to be found. She spent her final months crafting a puzzle that was designed to never be solved. And the most chilling detail of all: 2 days before she died, she told a hotel clerk that she was going to be soon finished. She wasn't talking about her trip. She was talking about her mission. The mountain holds the secret, but the valley knows the cost. Who are you protecting by staying silent?